Well, hello there guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Knox, the Great. I am actually the Great if you think about it. I have this beard, this magnificent hairstyle, and I'm very good at English and so on and so on. I'm basically the best if you look at it that way. No, I'm really not. But I'm egoistic, so. I have nothing to say to you, nothing at all actually. So yeah, I will not play any game today, but I will do some my backstory of how I started using Snus, or nicotine pouches, another word for them. And I will also tell you which ones I used in the past and which I'm using now, because I really need to upload another video and I'm not in the mood to play anything. So let's get back to the video. So a lot of people say that snus is unhealthy for some reason, but I disagree with it. I mean, it is still unhealthy because it's nicotine, of course. But it helps with overthinking, it helps with keeping your nerves, iron steel. Like, you don't get angry if you take them. And also they're healthier for your whole body because you don't fuck up your lungs like with cigarettes. And believe me, I've smoked cigarettes too in the past. So how did I start taking the stuff? Yeah, that is a long story, I think. Yeah, so that was the LAN party I promised. I mean, I was the one who set up the whole Wi-Fi thing, so win for me, I guess. But no, let's get back to the serious things. I don't want to play any game right now, so I'll just talk about a little of my addiction. And yes, you read that right, it's kurva. I mean, it's also the Viking Feathers, F-E-D-R-S. There is also Velo, V-E-L-O, and then one of my favorites, Siberia. There is also the famous Killa, and also the animal fox. And the one I used the most in the recent, Pablo. So basically, one day my friend got the zines that I'll show later, and he said it's such a great feeling. Everything is spinning, and like it's illegal, so that's a bonus. And also, it makes everything so beautiful and so funny. It's almost like weed, but a bit more legal. It's still legal for us because we are underage and stuff. But then all my friends started trying it out, and I was like, I'm never gonna do that. I'm never gonna do that to myself. The world is beautiful as it is. I don't need to be fucked up. I need to be sober. And they somehow convinced me a bit later, like a week or a month later. And I tried out my first snus or nicotine pouch. It was a zine. It had that menthol taste, and I know it was citrus taste, and it was like something I've never experienced before. It was really actually beautiful. Like the first time it didn't hit me, so the second time I took it, I was like, everything was spinning, everything was like funny, everything moved so differently. And then I went to no, that's later. I'm gonna explain that later. And then one day I took it and we went on a walk. And when we were about to grab something to eat, one of my friends just went and threw up in the bathroom of the place. And I was like, what was that for, mate? Like, it's not that hard to keep it in. It's not even supposed to make you feel that way. But I used to have like 100 kilograms then. And yeah, That's how I started taking the stuff. Then I became an absolute monster and started taking a lot of those. I mean, it's also good because you can use them in class without your professor knowing. But it can be hard if you're starting out, and you get like you have to come to the professor and solve something in front of everyone. Then it can be hard if you are not used to the everything spinning and stuff, because later that thing disappears, and I'm actually very sad that it disappears, that your body gets so used to nicotine that it's gone. And so let's just say that I really enjoyed it in the beginning because of the spinning thing and the I can barely walk thing with Shiros. Pablo did fuck me up the first time I took it. I'll also explain that later. But yeah. I recommend you start taking Siberia, the Zines first, then Shiro, then Siberia, then Pablo, and then anything else you like, because if you're used to Pablo, then you're basically gonna be good with anything you take. Smoking before, like if you're a smoker, can also improve your experience with snus, because your body is already used to constant nicotine. And why nicotine is good, like why the snus is good. It keeps you, it keeps you calm, and you don't overthink stuff because you can only focus on one thing at a time. And also it's great for weight loss because you don't feel hungry as often or as much. So if you take nicotine pouches or snus, you may not eat as much, and that's a good thing if you are overweight at the moment. I lost around 50 kilos since I started taking the snus, because it helped me a lot. So, like, this is actually a pretty good thing. You just open it up, you take it out, then you roll it up. Oh wait, this one is, I think it's weird looking. Then you put it in your hands and roll it around like a cigarette filter. I mean, it doesn't actually help with anything. It just feels more comfortable in your mouth. You see, once it's beautifully round, you just put it on either side of your, thingy. Like the upper lip. So this flavor is actually forest fruit ice cream, and I have to say it's even though it smells bad, yeah, it smells like wet dog. Even though it smells bad, I would say it tastes good. Like if you if you just, I have no words for that actually. If you taste it in your saliva, it's actually pretty sweet. But if you don't, swallow, yeah. If you don't swallow in a long period of time, there's gonna be pure nicotine. It's gonna be burning. It's gonna be like burning. So that's why you should swallow frequently. Then with Pablo, there's actually no such weaknesses. Like, I mean, the taste and the smell is not as good. But swallowing, once you get used to it, it's pretty good. Also, Pablo's, if you wanna get fucked up, it's the best for beginners. Honestly, I threw up blood. Like I threw up blood on my first try, and that was actually, I mean, I liked how much I was fucked up from it, if you know what I mean. Then Siberia. It's not my first snus, but it's the first one I started taking regularly. The smell is bad. Like it has that bit of what it's called, menthol, but it's basically pure. Maybe I have some here. No, I don't. I have it somewhere here. Yeah, basically just pure tobacco in a pouch, and it's even though it's supposed to be strong, it doesn't hit as much as Pablo. And the taste is horrible. If you're not used to it, it's really horrible. Then my personal favorite by the taste, Feathers. Taste raspberry. It's sweet, but not as sweet as the Curva ones. And basically, they're supposed to have 65 milligrams, but they don't seem to be that strong. They don't hit, if you know what I mean. Then there is another cola, another Feathers cola. They are not as good at all. Then I barely remember this one. I think it had pure taste like Killa or Pablo or something in between. And this is pretty much the same as Pablo Killa, just not as strong. What did I try? What else did I try? I'll switch it up now. So yeah, I started with this one, Teen, Cool Mint. They are supposed to be strength 4, like strength 4, but they had only like 6 milligrams if I'm correct. Like they were good at the beginning, like they hit hard, like everything was spinning and stuff. But then I moved to Shiro. Snus, and I took these ones, and they were a lot for a beginner. Like I was barely walking after this one. Then my friend asked me if I wanted to buy Pablo, like the same one that's selling me Curva now. Pablo Snus. He got me these ones. And the first one I took was a lot. Like not only everything was spinning, and I didn't know where I was. My head started getting heavy, and I was just like barely looking. We were on Discord at the time, so we have some pictures. After that, I went to bed, and I looked at the spinning thingy there. And let's just say it's not a good thing to look at when you're feeling bad. So I went and threw up, and I threw up a lot of blood because I was swallowing the nicotine inside, which is not good for beginner. Like no, I have no problem with it, but for a beginner I do not recommend swallowing Pablo. Then I went to Siberia. Snus. And I started with slim ones. I mean, the slim ones and normal ones are pretty much the same strength. These ones are just easier to get under your lip. And I was taking those for about a year until I moved to black ones. And the black ones, let's just say they had a better taste. My friends still didn't like them, but they had better taste for me. And they were good. I had like 10 cans of them. I used them up in a week or a week and a half. I don't remember because I was at the seaside on vacation. And I just loved them. And then I went back to Pablo. And I started taking those regularly. And I didn't have that throwing up feeling. I was used to nicotine by then. I also took in between. I took some Killa cans. without the taste. This one's, I think. It's without 13. I'm pretty sure it's without 13. It's cool mint. Those. And they are not as strong as Pablo, but they definitely taste worse to me than Pablo. Then I went back to Pablo, of course, and I've been using Pablo until my friend, which I can give you contact to, gave me. Okay, for some reason the video was interrupted, so I was using Pablo until my friend sold me some Curva, which I can give you contact to if you want to try some. You can buy either Curva or raspberry, or like Feathers raspberry and cola. He has also a lot of taste for Curva, and I prefer the Feathers to Curva because I mean Curva has more nicotine pouches, so it's better in quantity, but the taste overall I prefer Ferds. So yeah, you can buy some yourself if you want to, if you're in Slovenia. I think he's gonna get the shipping option soon. This is his Instagram profile, Snus Store, and I really hope he's gonna like get the shipping option soon. So yeah.